Hi guys, as promised, it's time for our vlog for number 2. Last week we talked about how did Dogwood get here and what was the process that I've gone through and I'm still going through, things that I'm still learning about myself that God is teaching me. And as promised, last time we talked, I was going to reveal to you the word that God has given me for the next 40 years to live by. And that word is quiet. Why? Many of you may ask, considering that at the age of the 40, I've started a blog, vlog, writing a book, speaking more since turning 40. It's because I've truly learned the meaning of silence being golden. The Bible speaks about being slow to speak in James chapter 1, verse 19. And that's the point. I really only want what comes from me to be profound and God-breathed. I have also found that my mouth has been the ruin of so many things. Mostly it's because I don't always understand everything that is happening, and I speak too soon. I've also found that my transparency, my honesty, because remember, as we talked last week, I have a knack for detail and a compulsion to tell the truth, that my transparency and honesty is sometimes more than others can take. Although so many say they want you to be honest and transparent, the truth is they really don't appreciate it. Along with that kind of living, you end up giving away more of your heart to family or friends or lovers that don't understand the treasure that you're giving them. So, through living a quieter life, my language, either spoken or written, will be more profound. The beauty of silence is quiet peace and strength. Those are the things I have always made a priority in my life, although I haven't always been successful. It's just a safer way to live, and sometimes there's just not any use in saving your own skin. I have 2 new life verses for this stage of my life. The first one is 1 Thessalonians 4:11. It says, "Make it your goal to live a quiet life, minding your own business and working with your hands just as you were instructed before." Dogwood Living's motto is "Love doesn't change." And that's a topic that I will be discussing in the coming weeks. But let me say this. My belief is that love is the root of all things. It's woven in like fabric for how we are designed. In this 1 Thessalonians passage, Paul is describing the kind of godly conduct which leads to both pleasing God and a good reputation. Earlier in Thessalonians, Paul has focused with the Thessalonians on sexual conduct and brotherly love, and those were themes that the Thessalonians already excelled at. But Paul is saying that love is the basic to other virtues. So he has appealed to its importance first of all. Building off of love, Paul commands his readers to lead a peaceful life, to mind their own business, and be industrious. I have just found and find peace in the idea that Christians who love others do not stir up trouble. They do not stick their noses in other people's personal matters, nor do they sit back with folded hands and expect others to provide for them. My second verse is 1 Peter 3, verses 3 and 4. It says, "Your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as braided hair or the wearing of gold jewelry and fine clothes. Instead, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. The Bible says a great deal about being quiet. The effect of righteousness is quietness. The shepherd leads his sheep by the waters of quietness in Psalm 23. We are told to study to be quiet or be ambitious to be quiet. A quiet spirit in a woman is, in God's sight, an ornament of great price. Then we are told that the secret of strength lies in quietness. In quietness and trust is your strength. That's Isaiah 30:15. So when we look into the matter, we learn that few things are so greatly praised or so repeatedly encouraged in the Bible as quietness. Quietness is a result rather than a means. It indicates an attachment to the Christian life, which can be reached only through certain spiritual experiences. In all of life, it is the quiet forces that have the greatest effect. The sunbeams fall silently all day, yet what immeasurable energy there is in them. I mean, what a power for blessing and good. Gravitation, it's a silent force with no rattle of machinery, no noise of engines, and yet it holds all the stars and the worlds in perfect orbit with its invisible chains. Albert Einstein said, "The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind." If therefore we want to be strong, we must learn to be quiet. It represses angry feelings and softens them into the gentleness of love. It restrains resentments, teaching us to return kindness for unkindness, gentleness for rudeness, blessing for cursing, prayer for scorn and defiance. Quietness can never come through the smoothing of circumstances. You earn quietness because life has kind of rubbed off the rough edges. The quietness must be within you. Nothing but the peace of God in the heart can give it. Yet we can have this peace if we simply and always do God's will. And then you have to trust Him. A quiet heart will give a quiet life. Next week, we'll talk about Dogwood's motto, how love doesn't change. So tune in till next week, friends. See you then.